Piece Collectors, this is me, Daniel for Fails, back again with another LEGO review. Yes, another LEGO review. Today we're going to be having a look at this LEGO Star Wars Executor Super Star Destroyer. One of the most iconic Star Destroyers from the original trilogy. First seen in Empire Strikes Back. This is Darth Vader's flagship. And LEGO did this in celebration last year of 40 years for Return of the Jedi. This is a really cool set. They did do one a few years ago, however that was massive. And again, who has the space for that? Certainly not me. So this one is a bit smaller, a bit more condensed, perfect for your shelf. So without further ado, let's first have a look at the packaging, then the set itself. As always, you've got a really nice sort of high-end look to that, just plain black and a picture of the actual set itself. The name of the set, you've got some information at the bottom there as well. Star Wars, Disney logo at the bottom there. On the other side, you've got the Star Wars Executor and the name of it in various different languages. On the top, you've got a piece size sort of demonstration. Name of the set, Star Wars Lego. On the other side, you just got a nice little above angle shot of the vehicle itself. Lego Star Wars. Also on the bottom, you've got a ton of legal garb. And while on the back, you've got just a different angle of the vehicle itself, some shots from the film, and a breakdown of sizing there as well. So yeah, just a really nice high-end looking box. So without further ado, let's get into the set itself. This is LEGO set 75356, the Executor Super Star Destroyer, of which consists of 630 pieces, and its age is 18 and up. So let's crack this open and see what's inside. This consists of 6 numbered bags and the obligatory instruction manual, of which does include a foreword by the designers and also a bit of information on the Executor Super Star Destroyer. Details about the prop from the film, and well, this is pretty standard stuff for an adult-aimed collector set. So without further ado, let's get into the build itself.
Concentrate all fire on that Super Star Destroyer. Intensify the forward batteries. I don't want anything to get through.
So here we have the set itself in all its glory, and this thing is a sight to behold. I love the details, the work that's gone into this. It's absolutely stunning. I know that it's a lot of grey, light and dark, but on the interior the build was really quite interesting. I really enjoyed the process of that and some of the techniques that were used. Surprisingly, it was colourful as well, of which really helped with the building process and sort of analysing where things need to go and how it should go together. But just running into some of the features, there's not really a lot. You've got these really cool little Star Destroyers that are on these translucent sort of stands, which just slot on to the Super Star Destroyer. That really does give a real aspect into the scale of this thing, because when you see the Super Star Destroyer in the film, it is massive. If you remember back from episode 4, A New Hope, as to how the Tantive 4 represents how small the rebellion is compared to the might of the Empire through the visual of the Imperial Star Destroyer. And then in Empire Strikes Back, when you see the Star Destroyers and the looming shadow over that, with this, seeing the truer might of the Empire, this really is a thing to behold. It's one of my favourite vehicles in Star Wars, just for that sheer fact. And to have a nice small representation of that fits nicely on a shelf is really, really cool. So I really love the inclusion of the little tiny Star Destroyers that have been included with this. I like how they're kind of escorting this big behemoth of a ship. You've got some really nice greebling detail on the main top part of the ship. You've got the command deck as well. And quite interestingly enough, similar to the Millennium Falcon, of which I have reviewed, link up there if you want to check that out, it does feature some little micro figures, of which LEGO use studs to represent these. And while you're building it, some people will be like, why am I doing it this way when a simple set of bricks would suffice? Well, these studs represent characters that were on the bridge of this Super Star Destroyer.
Bounty hunters. We don't need that scum.
Where Vader summons bounty hunters to help him trace the Millennium Falcon. I think that's a really cool touch, but what's better about this particular build is you can actually kind of see them. So unlike the Millennium Falcon where you would need to take that set apart to show that feature off, this set you can actually kind of see them just in the crack of the Star Destroyer build. So that's kind of nice. The instructions don't point that out, so it may be a miss to some non-Star Wars fans who just want to pick this up for a fun build. It would have been nice if they pointed that detail out just to sort of prompt people to understand why it's been done that way. But nonetheless, I really appreciated that little Easter egg. At a glance, it does look somewhat basic. It is very grey, lights and darks, but I think it just looks really impressive when you do get up close and personal with it. I love the booster engines of which you get to build. That looks really, really neat. And also the display stand of which it sits on is a really, really nice inclusion. Of course, you've got the Executor Star Destroyer name plaque there, and you also have the option of having the 40th anniversary Lego brick commemorating 40 years of Return of the Jedi. If you didn't want to have that brick on display though, you can switch that out for a grill tile piece. So it's cool that LEGO's giving you that option there as well. Overall, I really do like this set. I think it's really impressive. Is it overpriced? Certainly. But you do have to factor in the fact that it is a licensed set. They could have included minifigures with these sets, even if it's just one or maybe two. This one particularly could have come with an Admiral Piet, just a bog standard Imperial officer, just to stand on there. And that would have added some value for money, maybe even a Darth Vader. And likewise with the Falcon, of which I didn't really mention in that review, the Falcon could have come with a Han Solo for the price point that it's been retailed at. Nonetheless, LEGO hasn't included that. Again, they're trying to appease to a more adult market with this, but it would have just been a nice little addition, a nice little option to have that on display. It's going to vary on your mileage and how much of an affinity you have to the vehicle, but for me, this was a must-have. And again, I'm really looking forward to seeing what LEGO are going to put out within this new Starship series that they're doing. There's so many vehicles that they could do. The possibilities are endless. So let me know what you guys think of this in the comments down below. Have you picked this up? Will you be picking this up? Sound off. And well, this is me, Daniel East 1000, signing out. Thank you very much for watching. Da, 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 da.